Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace, and today is Tuesday, August 20th, I believe. My clock hand is right over the date on my little watch face, so I'm pretty sure it's the 20th. This is a podcast about knitting books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting, because that is what I love to do all day, every day. I have various social medias that you can follow me on. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, so please go follow me over on there if you'd like to see what I get up to during the weeks that I do not record. I also have show notes, so links to things that I will be talking about will be on my blog, and all that jazz. You can find that. The link to my blog, which should be down below if you're on YouTube, or if you're on my blog already, everything is already there. I am also a knitting pattern tech editor, so if you know of someone who is in need of an upcoming editor or an editor for an upcoming pattern, I would love to work with you. If you'd like to get more information, you can either send me a message on Instagram or an email, or you can check out the Graceful Edits tab, which is on my blog as well. We have a lot to talk about. I have been traveling. I am back. I have been to Maker and Stitch, the wonderful place that it is, and I have yarn acquisitions to share, of course. Surprise, surprise. We have recording thoughts for September. I have my iced coffee. I do have the dryer running, unfortunately, so I'll have to edit out the beeps. So if we just want to get started, let's just go ahead and get started, shall we? If you'd like to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, an animal to snuggle, laundry to fold, whatever it may be, whether it is bringing you joy, bringing you rest, aid to get through a not very pleasant task, you do all those things, none of those things, whatever it may be, hope it brings you joy, and you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. I've changed up my location a wee bit. I did get a comment on the last episode, which I appreciate. I'm so sorry I cannot remember your name in this very moment, but I appreciate the comment of switching up the what am I trying to say? How the light comes in from the window and where I sit, and I thought about it, tried to figure out what would look best and would look still good and the vibes that I want. So we're giving this a try. It may not stick around, but at least the lighting seems a little bit more like full on opposed to half of my face. So that's nice. I am now directly facing where Rusty is sleeping on his chair, and he's getting ready to fall fast asleep, which is very sweet. I'm going to put this down somewhere. I'm going to put this right here because he's definitely sleeping. I was going to have to put it in a raised location before because he was running around, but he is not anymore. So we've been gone. We have been traveling. We went to see my parents in Colorado, which was super fun. We were there for the weekend and got to do some very fun yarn shopping at Maker and Stitch. Went to go and hang out there for a little bit. We went on this beautiful hike. We did the Hanging Lake hike, if you're familiar. We went to the Vail Farmers Market, which is like just so many incredible makers and local vendors and stuff like that, which is just so much fun, and hung out, met some of my parents' friends, which was super fun. It was just a really delightful time, and the weather was just so nice. It doesn't take much to be nicer than here because it's so just insanely hot, and I know it's even hotter in other places, but it's just so wildly hot that it could really be anything below 100, anything below 95 would be amazing. So going to visit my parents where it maybe got up to the low 80s at the most, mid 80s maybe, was incredible. And it was like 48, 50 one morning. It's just so nice. So nice. So I did get a good amount of knitting done. I've got knitting events coming up. I've got things to think about. We've got DFW plans. We've got Gundren Johnson classes at Maker and Stitch upcoming in the beginning of September, which is super exciting. I can't wait. And I've just got a lot of stuff going on in between those weekends as well. So because of that, I think I've decided we're going to have this little admin chat right now. I didn't really know when exactly I was going to say this, but I believe I am going to take the month of September off from recording just because I'm doing something every single weekend that usually oftentimes will probably bleed into that following Monday, Tuesday when I should be recording normally, and it will be a lot. So I'm gonna take the month of September off, and I'll be back in October with bells on and hopefully a lot of progress to show you. Yes, I will figure out what exactly I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm saying. I had no plans in regards to this. I literally just had this idea as I was setting up to record today. Follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting more information about like where we are in DFW and like traveling for the classes at Maker and Stitch in September and that kind of stuff. So, and obviously other knitting projects that I'm working on, but that's my plan currently. So who knows, maybe I'll change my mind and there will be a random episode in September. I don't know. But as of right now, that is my plan, to take September off and yes, just kind of enjoy the busy time of life, the busy month that it will be for me, and just enjoy that while also trying to get a lot of knitting done. So we do have, like I said, we have yarn acquisitions from Maker and Stitch. I have a non-Maker and Stitch yarn acquisition, which I'm so excited about. We have sock knitting to talk about. We've got test knit information, or test knitting, which is very exciting. And then also my sweater that I'm working on to wear to the Gundren Johnson classes weekend. So that is a thing. Let's start with the test knit that I'm working on. I'm working on the Metropolitan pullover by Tori Yu. I've made quite a bit of progress, not as much as I would have liked, but I did make a decent amount of progress while we were gone and since I last recorded. I am using, it is a fingering weight and a mohair held together, or you could use just a regular DK weight, but I'm using, oh how wonderful, that the light looks so nice. Okay, so this is Heathered Handmaids on the tweed base. I was trying to remember the colorway name, and I'm pretty sure I have this in here. Sincerity. I wanted to call it Perseverance, and I knew that wasn't it. It was something along those lines. So we have Sincerity down here, and then this is Chelsea Lux Mohair in the Gingerbread House colorway. These are still both my first skeins, and I'm very impressed. Just very exciting, just because I know I'm going to be like cutting it really close with my mohair. I am maybe not halfway with the body, but I'm pretty decently far into the body, and like I said, I'm still not finished with my first two skeins of both fingering weight and my mohair. This is what I have so far. I think it is beautiful. I'm so excited. All the sweaters of Tori's that I've either tested for her or I've just knit on my own, non-test knitting, they all fit so well, and I'm so excited to have this one in my fall winter wardrobe. We do have a contiguous shoulder construction, which is very cool. So you can see there, these two lines right up here, and then it goes down obviously, and you can see there's some yarn overs involved to shape the sleeve. Obviously that is happening on both sides. And then we have a little bit of a, it's not like a straight across, there was a little bit of shaping involved here to create this neckline. I will be going back and picking up and doing ribbing around the neckline. I believe there are sleeve options, whether they're like a little bit more flowy, oversized versus fitted. I honestly don't remember if I said which ones I was going to do or if I had decided which ones I was going to do. I need to look into that, but obviously I'm still working on the body, so I don't need to necessarily decide that right this very minute, but I am doing just great. I worked on this a lot when we were driving around in the car with my parents, and then also when we were flying home late last night, just because it was easy knitting around, didn't have to worry about anything. I finished all the shaping, and so it's just really straightforward, which is really nice, easy to pick up, put down, throw into my bag, not worry about things like that, which is really nice. So I've been loving it. I love the fabric that this yarn combo is making. Like I said last time I recorded, it is giving kind of an iridescent holographic vibe in person. I feel like you can kind of see it. I honestly don't know if you can or not, but I think it's just really beautiful. Just with the pink fingering weight and then like the greeny, purpley, pinky mohair added on top, I think is really beautiful. Only downside is that I then get a lot of mohair in my throat. Apparently. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does, and of course it always happens when I record. But loving working on this. I'm excited just to keep on moving forward with it. Another thing I really love about this pattern is that it's knit with a really large needle. I'm knitting on, I think this is either a 10 or 10.5. I did find my pair of nice 10s and a half, I think. Yeah, these are 10.5s. I did have to put my love note on hold, which is fine. I do need to finish that as well, because I've got some upcoming projects that I really want to do that require some large needles, and I'd really like to get the love note at least done before I move forward with that. But things have been flying since I changed to my nice needles, my Chow-Goos. I do love them dearly. They are my needle of choice, and yeah, we just fly by. We are in Body City, and I love a good mindless project. So fun fact about me, pretty much all through my life, my mom is probably going to find this very funny, or not, because she had to deal with it, but as a young child, I would always get horribly, horribly motion sick very frequently in the car, and there was a period of time in my life where I didn't get as motion sick, and just the recent times that I've flown, I still, like, I don't get as motion sick as I did when I was a kid, but I get more motion sick than I did before. So now there's this layer of like just trying to combat that, and you've got travel anxiety, you've got like just feeling good, you've got waking up really early, you've got all the things being combined together. So if I am feeling like knitting, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, stuff like this, that's just knitting in the round, is really nice, because I don't have to think about it, but it's also distracting, kind of, that I can keep my hands busy and try and not feel horribly, horribly ill while flying or traveling in general. So, fun fact about me. I've tried all the things. I do all the things. I've got my tools in my brain and medicine and things that I have, but it still can be such a struggle. Being motion sick is never fun. So, yes, that was a big project that I worked on, that I brought with me on our travels. Another project that I brought with me, I had every intention of getting these done, but unfortunately that did not happen because I just wasn't able to, and that's totally okay. But I do have my first, I think this was done by last time I chatted with you all, but this is the Afternoon Delights colorway, from Kirby Werby. I am just a vanilla sock pattern, and I used the stitch texture idea from, I believe it's This Handmade Life. I believe that is who I got the idea from. I linked it in my show notes last week, so if I get that wrong, I will put something here, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But either way, in my project page, which I don't think I've created, I'm very behind on my projects, unfortunately, it'll be linked. It's literally just a vanilla sock, whatever pattern you prefer and stitch count you prefer. It's 3 rows of just plain knitting, and then it's 1 row of 1 by 1 rib. And then you just repeat that all the way through, and it creates a very nice texture. These were actually my Olympic socks I cast on during the opening ceremonies, and I had intended on getting them done and finishing the second one during the closing ceremonies. Obviously that didn't happen, but that's okay. We worked on them while we watched both and everything in between. So it's all good. It's all good. I am getting close to being done with this sock. I am not quite halfway into the foot, but I'm getting close. But I was able to make very good progress. I was not even to the heel flap when we left, and maybe even less than that. I may have been like around here-ish before we left. So I did get a good amount done while we were gone. I was able to work on this during one of our flights, so I felt that as a win. And I just, yes, when I was working on this, I was feeling actually pretty good, and enjoyed it immensely, which is nice. So like I said, I'm almost done. I know it doesn't look like I am almost done, but I'm definitely getting there. Another nice thing about having this like textured pattern is that it makes it really easy to count how many like repeats you have left, so you can not have to measure as much, which is nice. Seems like a very lazy thing to do, but I honestly do not care because it works. So I have really enjoyed working this particular pattern. I'm definitely going to do this again. And of course, I mean, how can we go wrong with this yarn? It's just so beautiful and bright and happy, and we love it. So I used Knit Picks Stroll for my toe and my heel, and then obviously in my other heel, and I will use it for the second toe. It is in the Wonderland Heather colorway. It's kind of like an icy blue that I think paired very nicely with it. So just loving these, enjoying these so much, and yeah, so just plugging along. They'll be done in no time, I know, and move on to more socks. I've got sock plans. I've got things rolling around in my mind, things I need to finish, things I want to do. Not enough time. Will it ever get done? I don't know, but that's okay. We're all having a good time, and that's all that really matters. As long as we're having fun, that is the point. I think it's time for a quick beverage break, and we'll regroup in just a second. How about that? So next up is a Languishing whip, and this is my sweater that I want to wear potentially for the Gudrun Johnson sweaters classes that we are going to be taking. My mom and I are going to be taking a Maker and Stitch in the beginning of September. I believe there are still spaces for maybe all of the classes. What was that? Oh, our neighbors are having work done on their house today. Hope they don't start making a lot of noise right this moment. That would be very unfortunate. So yes, these are for her classes. Also, I think I was saying Johnson. Her last name is Johnston. That's my bad. Gudrun Johnston. She's the Shetland trader and is a very prolific pattern designer. She's teaching some color classes, or a color class, a HAP type class, and then there's one other one I can't remember. But like I said, there are still spaces for all of them if you are interested or local or traveling or whatever it may be. My mom and I will be there. I'm very excited. So I am working on my Porty pullover, and can we even with how good this looks. I am so happy with this. This looks so good. My mom and I actually both cast on a Porty January of 2023, and she finished hers. It was her Rhinebeck sweater last year when we went to Maryland, or not Maryland Sheep and Wool, New York Sheep and Wool, New York. Yes. What am I saying? Yeah, so mine has just been languishing ever since January of 2023, and when I found out that this was happening, I needed one of her patterns knit up so I could wear it. I looked at a lot of different ideas. I knit an Audrey and Unst, which is one of her cardigans, way back in the day, and thought about making another one because she's updated the pattern since then, so there's like so many more sizes and there's different types of like fits that you can do, but I then remembered that this was already on my needles and it'd be really easy just to get this done and not a big deal. So I am so close to finishing the yoke for this. Like, you can see my beautiful floats down there. How nice. We love to see it, don't we indeed? And then it's just smooth sailing for the body. I don't think there's any color work right around the hem, though I may add that. And then the sleeves are pretty straightforward. There is color work around the cuffs of the sleeves, but I mean, that's super easy, not a problem. I am using various stash yarns, which is very exciting. I'm using Knit Picks palette for my main color and quite a few other colors as well. I'm using some Madeline Tosh in here, and then I'm also using, I don't think I have the ball of yarn over here, but it's some random, I think it's a lamb's wool of some sort. It's like, it's my golden color that you can see here, but it is the same kind of like build as Knit Picks palette, so it actually works out very well. But yeah, I am so happy with how this is turning out. This is, I feel like, a nice medium of like a color palette that I would feel safe in, and also with some different colors in there that are a little bit different, and are just kind of changing things up. I also cast on in my copper color, which I think is really fun, and I will also cast off in that color as well, just to pull it all together. But yeah, we've got short rows in the back, so this is technically the front, I think. Oh no, this is technically the front. There we are. I'm loving it. I did bring this with me to visit my parents. I thought, ooh, we're losing stitches. I thought I was going to be able to work on it, and I was not able to, and that's totally okay. I got excited about other things and had to cast on some new projects, as you do. So this is very exciting, and I am just over the moon with how this is going. There's something just like such a vibe. We've talked about it before, and we'll continue to talk about it. This is just, we're looking for good vibes, you know? The vibe of a Colorwork sweater just brings me such joy, and also makes me so irritated that it's so hot where I live. Because I get to just whip these Colorwork sweaters out all the time and like love to wear them all the time, but I can't because I live in a hot location, which is a me problem, you know. I mean, it's not like it's a me problem, but like this is where I currently am located, so I have to deal with it, which is valid and just the way life is, you know. You just have to accept where you are right now, and we make do with what we have and the situations we're in. And I still knit Colorwork sweaters. But I really love Colorwork. It's just such a fun thing to do. It's one of my favorite things to do. And yeah, we're just loving working on my Porty pullover by Gundren Johnston, the Shallon Trader. I'm so excited to meet her. It was also very fun because when my mom went to go shop there this past weekend, we were able to go and pick out some colors of the Jameson that they've gotten in for the HAP class that we're taking, and like that was just so much fun. It was so much fun, and just the people of Maker and Stitch are so wonderful. I wish I was closer, but alas, I am not, which is very sad. But we will enjoy the time that we have together when I visit, and we make do with the situations that we have been given and the time we are given, and it's all fine. You know, it's all fine. So now we've covered all the projects that I have worked on while traveling, and now we can go over some yarn acquisitions and a new project that I have started. So we're gonna go start with the project that I have started. We, like I said, went to Maker and Stitch, bought some yarn. I was looking for a potential sweater to work on for DFW, and we will see if that happens, if I can get it done. I'd like to get it done. That'd be really awesome. If not, that's okay. I do have a backup. So, of one that's already made. So I don't even have to worry about it. But I have cast on a Stromboli by Caitlin Hunter, and I literally have about ½ inch of ribbing. So not very much to show you, but I am so excited. I'm using this yarn that just came in at Maker and Stitch. It's from Mayak. It is the Flor de Lino yarn, which I think is just gorgeous. It is so soft. It is a very nice blend. It is 50% Tibetan cloud wool, 35% baby yak, and 15% Italian linen. Very good yardage. 218 yards for 15 grams, or 50 grams. And this is the color Graphite. We got to see all the colors because they had all the colors, which was very exciting to see them in person because I'd seen them online, and it was nice to go and squish it and figure out what I wanted to do. But because I just really loved how Caitlin Hunter had styled her original one that she posted pictures of, which is gray, like a charcoal gray, with her jeans and the belt that she had on and the bag that she has on, and it was like, that is the look that I would like. I definitely want to kind of try and come up with my own version of that, which is why I went with the charcoal gray. I was definitely thinking about going with I think it's called the latte color. It's like a very beautiful, natural, creamy color. And I thought about that. It was either between that or this, and we went with the charcoal, which is very exciting. My mom is also going to be doing the same thing, and I don't know if she's cast on yet, but I thought ahead, which was good for me because I don't always do that, but I did think ahead, and I brought the needles with me, and I brought a little project bag, so I was able to cast on very quickly. This is in my Rose and Seams bag, the pumpkin spice. We do love. We're bringing in the autumnal things, okay? We can tell by my overalls that I have. I've got my pumpkin earrings on. We're trying to channel the autumnal vibes without boiling or getting horribly sunburnt, which I haven't really done this season, which I'm very proud of myself. I've been really good about wearing sunscreen and also getting sun, but not too much sun, and not burning, which is nice. I thought I was gonna burn on our hike, and I did not. I was really good about sunscreen, and I put it on before, put it on halfway. It was great. No burn. So I'm really excited about this. It is so soft and squishy. It's gonna be a really nice transitional piece, I think, and also a wintry piece for me here, and can go with a lot of things. A neighbor just turned on a very loud car, so that's great. Oh no, I think that's a saw that someone is cutting a lot of. I see a lot of like sawdust. That's great. Please don't make a lot of noise. I'm busy. So Stromboli. Working on that. We're excited. I thought about this was a potential to continue to work on like while we were traveling home and also in the car, but I realized that I probably didn't bring with me enough stitch markers to mark the lace repeats around the whole thing, which I would like to do just for speed knitting purposes and making sure I don't mess up. Because if I do want to wear this for DFW, I do need to like get my butt in gear with that, which is fine. I've got 2 things that really have a deadline. 2 other things, 3 including this, so it'll be okay. It's fine. The test knit, the porty, and the Stromboli. It's all good. All good. Not a problem at all. Another yarn acquisition that I got at Maker and Stitch. It was very spontaneous in the grand scheme of things because I didn't walk in having this plan, but I saw this yarn that I had not seen. I don't remember when they had gotten it, but I hadn't been in a while, so I was very excited to see it because I'd seen it online, got to see it in person, and in my mind I was like, I need a Ronculus. So this is what I got. And I have 2 skeins with me because, and not the entire, I think I got 5 skeins in total. My parents very kindly always offer to mail us a box of things that do not fit in our suitcases when we travel back. Usually Sam and I prefer to travel with just carry-ons just to avoid having to deal with the baggage claim and potentially losing luggage and all that kind of stuff. Is just unnecessary travel drama, and so that's why we normally travel with our carry-ons, and so space is oftentimes limited when it comes to that, and my parents are very kindly very happy to mail yarn and other things back if we need, and so the other 3 skeins and some of the other Stromboli yarn will be coming in the mail, and I think a few other things as well. It works out very nicely. It's very kind of them that it works out that way. But anyway, this is the Issair Soft It is a brushed yarn, as you can see. This is green. It is 56% alpaca and 44% organic cotton. This is color 37 if you're interested. But it's like a foresty green. I thought it would be beautiful for the fall, but also for the winter times and also for the holidays, which is very nice. I don't have like a designated holiday sweater that I've made necessarily. So it will work out really well that it can be that, but it also doesn't have to be just that, which is nice. And I really love this green, and I think it looks really good with my coloring. So I'm really excited about this. They had so many fun colors. They had this bright orange that was just incredible. But I knew that I'd probably get more wear out of it if I went with one of the greens like this. They had a beautiful navy. They had a really light like ice blue that was gorgeous. So that's very exciting. I may cast this on. It was funny, I was chatting with my mom, obviously because we spent the weekend with them, but I realized after I'd gotten this yarn that I actually had with me the needles that would work to cast on my ranunculus, because it would be the same needles that I have in my project bag for my Metropolitan pullover that I was planning to use for my sleeves and my neckline that I just automatically had in the bag, so if I needed them I could do that if I wanted to. We talked about me doing that so she could see it because she wanted to get the yarn for it as well, maybe in a different color, and we ran out of time, but I'll be back soon, and I really want some instant gratification that is not a test knit also sounds really nice right now, and I may do that as like a treat yourself moment, because that just sounds really pleasant. And I mean, we love a treat yourself moment, right? Right, exactly. So the last yarn acquisition that I have gotten in the mail right before I left, I'm so excited about this. If you are unfamiliar with Macy of Mace of Skeins, she dyes up incredible yarn. I got some of her Surrey base when we went to DFW the first time, and I made my, I can't remember what it was called, but it was a cabled pullover, and it was just so beautiful, and I think it was her Hot Kiss colorway. It's a beautiful bright pink, and it was just so nice to get to meet her, and obviously following her on Instagram is just so wonderful. She recently came out with a fur babies collection based off of pets and animals in her life, and the first one that she posted was about her cat Fruit Loops, who is an orange boy, orange kitty cat, and goodness knows orange cats hold a very special place in my heart. And so I had to get a sock set. So I have a 50-gram spade sock set from the Fur Baby collection. It's called Fruit Loop and His Whiskers, and I think she did an incredible job of capturing the tonality of orange cats in this skein of yarn, and of course we have a beautiful cream to go with for the whiskers. Oh man, and I'm just like so over the moon. I opened it up and she had even included, as part of like the collection bit, was a bag of orange spice tea, which again goes with the orange cat theme, and it was just very perfectly put together. She's incredible yarn. And if you don't follow her, you definitely need to go follow her and check out her yarn. So I am so excited to knit with this. I think also I want to do, because I talked about this last time, but the Kettle and Hearth sock set, the green sock set that I have, I want to do the Summerly sock, Colorwork sock thing that just came, what am I saying? Her Colorwork collection, one of the two patterns that have already come out, and it's got the flowers on it. I wanted to do that with the green one, and I really want to do it again with this orange. I think it would be so cute. And also pumpkin-y and autumnal and like perfect, right? Right. Like we can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. I am so excited. I need to wind this up immediately, but I also need to also probably not cast on my Ronculus, if we're being completely honest. I really need to focus on these 3 projects that have some pretty tight deadlines that need to be worked on. You know? And so maybe I will save this as a next travel project. Maybe so. Maybe so. But either way, I am just over the moon. I also really love the space. It is super squishy. It is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. I've got 219 yards for the orange and 87 yards for the cream. So I love it. Love it, love it, love it. We love Fruit Loops. We love Macy. And we love her yarn. So, and we love orange cats in general. We got to see, speaking of orange cats, my parents also have an orange cat. His name is Teddy. And they also have a chocolate lab named Hank. And Teddy and Hank are besties. But it was nice to be able to snuggle with Teddy while we were away from our own little orange boy, who is still sound asleep on his chair. But it's nice to be home with him. And today is my first full day back with him, because like I said, we got back late last night, and so he's been either like zooming around everywhere and like non-stop shouting at me to like make sure that I know that he knows that I need to be paying attention to him, or just like, I gotta be near you, I gotta love you, let me love you, which is very sweet. We've passed the grumpiness of us being gone, and now he's like, oh, I love you again. This is so sweet, I must be near you, and it's very sweet. So, we love Rusty, we love Teddy, we love Hank, we love all the animals. So, I think that is all that I have for this time, my friends. I feel like there was not as much knitting, but there was quite a lot of progress. So we're gonna take that as a win. Things have just been busy. I don't know. Also, maybe my knitting mojo's been a little low. That could also be, also because it's just really hot. And it just makes me tired. It's just not a fun time. Anyway, we will not be disparaging about that because there's nothing I can do. We just got to deal with it. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, for picking this podcast to watch. I know that there are so many amazing podcasts out there, so many other ones that just put so much effort and incredible creativity into how they edit their episodes and the extra bits that they put in, and which makes it so much fun to watch, and I don't do that. And I appreciate you picking my podcast to watch. That really means a lot to me. Everyone has their own vibe that they want in their own crafting podcasts, and sometimes that is a lot of editing, sometimes it's not, and neither one is better or worse than the other. It's just really the content and the person behind the episode, the podcast itself, and that's all that really matters. So, but either way, all that to say, I appreciate you hanging out with me, picking this podcast, coming back time and time again. Thank you for being flexible. If I choose to take September off, I'm not 100% at this point, but that may happen. So, but if I do, this is another reminder, again, that if I take September off, be sure to be following me on Instagram because I am way more up to date on there, and we'll be posting of things that I do and things I get up to when I am not recording. So there's all the social medias, there's show notes, there's tech editing information, all the various places. If I happen to forget anything, or if you have any questions or just want to say hello, please feel free to send me a message. I would love to say hi. I love chatting with you all. And yes, I hope if you have crafty plans, I hope that they are so successful. I hope you are staying cool if you want to be cool, if you're staying warm, if you want to stay warm, wherever, whatever the weather may be where you are. I hope it is the optimal temperature for you. You know, I hope you are comfortable. We have many a crafty plan. We're very excited. I'm very excited. Rusty's very excited. He's twitching. He must be dreaming about something exciting. But I had a thought and it completely left my mind. But oh well. That must be a sign it is time for me to go. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Yeah, you are wonderful. You are enough. You are a wonderful crafter, regardless of what level you think you are, okay? We do not compare ourselves to others. Comparison is a thief of joy, and just because you don't necessarily need the same things and more complicated things like other people do, doesn't mean you are a bad crafter. Whatever your level of craft is good enough for you, and if you're having a fun time, that's all that really matters, because that is the point. And on that note, I'll just leave that there as a note of encouragement to us all. Comparison is a thief of joy, and life is too short for that. So we gotta enjoy and have fun with the things that we do. And with that, I will see you all maybe in a month, maybe in a couple weeks. I honestly don't know, but either way, I hope you are well and all that jazz. And yeah, I've now said all the things and now I can't end this very well. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna go. So I'll see you all next time. Bye.